Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for November 20th, read by Shane R. from Vacaville, California in the USA. AA Thoughts for the Day. Honesty. I know the biggest word for me in AA is honesty. I don't believe this program would work for me if I didn't get honest with myself about everything. Honesty is the easiest word for me to understand because it is the exact opposite of what I've been doing all my life. Therefore, it will be the hardest to work on. But I will never be totally honest. That would make me perfect, and none of us can claim to be perfect. Only God is. If I work on it every day, it will be easier to be honest with myself. Then getting and staying honest with other people will come automatically. I know I will be grateful for a chance to make amends to everybody I have hurt in the past. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 482. Thought to consider. Honesty is the absence of the intent to deceive. Acronyms. ASK. Ass Saving Kit. Just for today, structure of service from Concept 5. Throughout our world service structure, a traditional right of appeal ought to prevail, thus assuring us the minority opinion will be heard and that petitions for the redress of personal grievances will be carefully considered. We believe that the spirit of democracy in our fellowship and in our world service structure will always survive, despite the counterforces which will no doubt continue to beat upon us. Fortunately, we are not obliged to maintain a government that enforces conformity by inflicting punishments. We need to maintain only a structure of service that holds aloft our traditions, that forms and executes our policies thereunder, and so steadily carries our message to those who suffer. Hence, we believe that we shall never be subjected to the tyranny of either the majority or the minority, provided we carefully define the relations between them and forthwith tread the path of world service in the spirit of our 12 steps, our 12 traditions, and our conference charter, in which I trust that we shall one day inscribe these traditional rights of appeal and petition. 12 Concepts of the World Service, pages 24 to 25. Daily Reflections. Thy will, not mine. When making specific requests, it will be well to add to each one of them this qualification: if it be thy will. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 102. I ask simply that throughout the day, God place in me the best understanding of his will that I can have for that day, and that I be given the grace by which I may carry it out. As the day goes on, I can pause when facing situations that must be met and decisions that must be made, and renew the simple request, thy will, not mine, be done. I must always keep in mind that in every situation, I am responsible for the effort and God is responsible for the outcome. I can let go and let God by humbly repeating, thy will, not mine, be done. Patience and persistence in seeking his will for me will free me from the pain of selfish expectations. As Bill sees it, spirituality and money. Some of us still ask, just what is this third legacy business anyhow? And just how much territory does service take in? Let's begin with my own sponsor, Ebby. When Ebby heard how serious my drinking was, he resolved to visit me. He was in New York, I was in Brooklyn. His resolve was not enough. He had to take action and had to spend money. He called me on the phone and then got into the subway. Total cost, 10 cents. At the level of the telephone booth and subway turnstile, spirituality and money began to mix. One without the other would have amounted to nothing at all. Right then and there, Ebby established the principle that AA in action calls for the sacrifice of much time and a little money. AA Comes of Age, page 140 to 141. Big Book quote, once more, the alcoholic at certain times has no effective mental defense against the first drink. Except in a few rare cases, neither he nor any other human being can provide such a defense. His defense must come from a higher power. Alcoholics Anonymous, 4th edition. More about alcoholism, page 43. 24 hours a day. AA thought for the day. I no longer try to escape life through alcoholism. Drinking built up an unreal world for me, and I tried to live in it. But in the morning light, the real life was back again, and facing it was harder than ever, because I had less resources with which to meet it. Each attempt at escape weakened my personality by the very attempt. Everyone knows that alcohol, by relaxing inhibitions, permits a flight from reality. Alcohol deadens the brain cells that preside over our highest faculties, and we are off to an unreal world of drunkenness. AA taught me not to run away, but to face reality. Have I given up trying to escape life? Meditation for the day. In these times of quiet meditation, try more and more to set your hopes on the grace of God. Know that whatever the future may hold, it will hold more and more of good. Do not sell all your hopes and desires on material things. There is wariness in an abundance of things. Set your hopes on spiritual things so that you may grow spiritually. Learn to rely on God's power more and more. And in that reliance, you will have an insight into the greater value of the things of the Spirit. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may not be overwhelmed by material things. I pray that I may realize the higher value of spiritual things. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota 55012. This is Shane R., and I struggle with alcohol, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to read Transitions Daily.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, 1990, or 2001.